presentation on how directions are made to enhance the chess engine's capability to calculate the next legal moves, threats, and opportunities. So there's a static mapping. It doesn't change, the values doesn't change, the assignment or the labels are static to each cell, but that's only for diagonals. That's for bishops and queens, because the horizontal and verticals are, of course, that's just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the the y-x values. So we don't need to map that. But the diagonals, in terms of left or right, so each cell will have a left or right direction. Left, right, both left and right direction. So the assignment is 4 letters. It starts with whether it's a black or a white space, whether it's a light or dark. And then the second one is equals a D, so W or B. And then the second letter is D, so it just means diagonal. And then whether it's left or right. And so why is that needed? So that, for example, the bishop going to, for example, D4, we can calculate, we can retrieve what the label is for that, and then retrieve all the other cells with that label, so that we know like how many same team piece is in that direction, and then in the other direction too. So that's the static diagonal naming. So, and then the second one is from the king's point of view. We determine the cells or the squares in which the opposite team can move into in order to check the king. And also, if the king is in check, then the same team can also block the pathway or determine who is a checker and then capture that checker, or you can also capture the blocker and things like that. So it relates to the king, so that will have a different naming, direction naming. And then we also have the third one is from the point of view of the piece, so that we can have the list of the next legal moves for that piece. So that's the significance of why this mapping is needed. So it's a kind of a vision. We give vision to the computer. It's not an AI, but it's kind of the proxy for the computer to have somewhat vision.